Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Scorpio in the month of November. If you like my readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. You can follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there, #LoveGrowsTarot. I do take donations. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot and leave them there. They're greatly appreciated, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm guided by my tarot cards and spirits, so basically I just keep shuffling until the appropriate card presents itself. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everybody, and the energy and themes of these readings will also take place in the future, so please feel free to come back and review them at any time. I begin with 3 opening cards, one that represents the past, one that represents the present, and one that represents the future. Just to see what kind of energies are lingering there for you to be aware of at this present time. I follow through with the rest of my reading, and then I end with a subconscious card, what your subconscious wants you to know. So let's get started for this reading for the sun sign of Scorpio in the month of November. Starting with a card from the past. What does Scorpio need to know about from the past? So this card is coming from the 8 of Wands. So this is a fast-moving energy. This is a quick energy. It's a fiery energy. So it's very dynamic and active. It's about getting communications. It's about things happening really quickly. Just that energy, just that really getting things done energy. The Wands are all about the drive and the confidence and the courage to just move forward and do bold things and be dramatic, and that's really what that energy is about. So it's coming from the past for you at this present time. So you might want to tap into this energy or things from the past. Maybe a communication from the past is going to pop in during the month of November. Something from the past is it's like a really energetic energy that's coming through. So either tap into that energy, because that might have been something that was very useful for you in the past, or something from the past is coming through in the month of November, and it's going to come in really, really quickly. And like I said, it could be coming from communication. This is a card of communication. It could come from social media, text, emails, just anything, any sort of electronic kind of information. So really be aware of that for November. All right. So what card is the present? This card represents the present. So it's the 4 of Pentacles. The Pentacles are your material world. The 4s are foundations. So there is a flow of finances, which is great, but this card has a lot to do with your relationship with money. When you get money, do you hold on to it too tightly? When it's, does it control you that way? Are you able to let it flow freely? Because when you have that free-flowing wandsy kind of energy, you're really allowing abundance to flow to you. If you hold on to things too tight, you're really sort of holding yourself in from more of that abundance. For me, it's also a card. It's a very urban card, so it's also to me can do with real estate. For some people, it might be you look at the 4s, foundations, homes, real estate. Maybe there's an opportunity there for you to purchase something, and maybe this holding on is one of your negotiating tools, and maybe it's going to come up with a 4 in the number. So if that's out there for some of you, remind yourself of that. If those opportunities do arise, and look for the synchronicities of the number 4. All right, so let's see what's going on for the future. What's going on in the future for Scorpio? So the future card is coming from the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is the spiritual quest card. Yeah, it's about your emotions, about how you're feeling internally, spiritually, and you're ready to sort of just set things aside and go about on a quest, because nothing is really fulfilling you. So this present energy of this, material world sort of clinging kind of thing, maybe is changing for you, and maybe that energy is starting to, go different ways, or maybe maybe you are aware spiritually that, in the future that this quest is something that you want to go towards, and maybe actually this card is about, because it is about your relationship to money. So maybe it's about like holding on to a little bit more money, or not so much of it, not having to have everything, because that's really about this card's energy, and it's about being able to leave all that sort of material world behind and go out for a more simpler, more spiritual kind of relationship with yourself. So that's your cards for the past, the present, and the future. So I really want you to sort of sit with these energies and sort of sort through them and review them and figure out what's going on with them, and just allow yourself to take you in the direction that you think that these cards are wanting to draw you in. So let's get on with the rest of the reading, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, so it's a big, powerful card, big changes, life lessons. So the Wheel of Fortune is when things are changing. It does carry good fortune, which is great. It's also when, you feel that your times are low, then everything's going to move up. So it's all cyclical. It's how things change. You get into cycles, and you go from one cycle to the next cycle to the next cycle. So this is telling you that you're coming into a new cycle, and that you're going to be learning lessons in this cycle. And this is actually a really good card for this card, because this would be that kind of a change where you do go through a different cycle. So you leave the material world for the spiritual world. But like I said, it's like, this is like the destiny card too. It's sort of like the evolution. This is what the universe has for you and is holding for you, and this is the direction that you should be taking. So there is going to be some changes. There's going to be some big changes, but like I said, good fortune rides along with the Wheel of Fortune. So if you feel like maybe luck hasn't been on your side, it's going to start improving, and things are going to start coming around. And then we have another 10, but this time it's coming from the 10 of Wands. So you've got 2 10s, so look for synchronicities with the number 10 in the month of November. The 10 of Wands is the burden card. It's the workaholic. It's like taking on other people's problems, taking on your own problems. It's like not allowing other people in. It's like you've got a barrier there. The Wands are your barrier, and you're not being able to delegate, and you're not being able to open. It's also a card of completion, coming to a completion. But before you get to that completion, you have to lighten this load. You have to figure out what's going on. Are you taking on other people's problems? Are there too many problems of your own that you're not allowing others to come in and help you with? Are you, do you have projects that you're working on that you won't let others help you with, because you think that if they come in and help, then it's going to set you back, because you have, high levels of expectation of how you present your work and yourself, and then if they come in and then they mess it up, then it's going to reflect poorly on you. It's kind of like that mentality, and you have to move through it. You have to move through it, and if you move through it, you're going to get to the end, and then your new, because completing and is also about next level awareness, and you're coming up to a new cycle. And it's like you have to, this is just a little lesson. It's not like a big lesson, but it's a day-to-day lesson that you have to learn to apply to your life. And this is what this card is telling you right now. But this card could be a barrier to the Wheel of Fortune. It could, if you don't make those little changes, then the energy of the Wheel of Fortune is going to come through, but it might pass you by, because you're not seeing enough of it. You're not seeing how effective you could be just by making some appropriate little changes. All right, what's the next card for our friend Scorpio in the month of November? So we have the Two of Cups, which is a lovely card. This is when you encounter someone and you make a connection. It's also a very healing card. The connection you could make can be very healing for both parties. It's a very loving energy. The connection is very loving. It's like, people that have their best interests in mind, and there's trust, and there's a nice bonding. It's not quite the Lover's card, so it's not like, that hardcore, trust, respect connection. It is one that is working towards that, but it definitely is a healing card. So you might be introduced to somebody that's in the healing arts that can help you, or you might come in contact with somebody and you both are working through similar things, and your connection is really strong throughout that. It's just going to be a nice, lovely connection for the month of November. This card here too can be blocking this energy as well, so just remember that, especially if this is a workaholic card for some of you, because then you're just not going to have the time. And also, it's nice, it ties nicely with this, because when you learn to open up to other people, that is a very healing kind of energy. So really work on the Ten of Wands in the month of November, Scorpio, because it's really going to have a big impact on your life in positive ways if you can define what that means in your life personally, and how you can take the action to correct that. So the next card we have is coming from the Six of Cups, which is your childhood dreams and memories. And it's also about people from the past coming forward. For some, it has a little bit of a karmic connection. So this connection, if so be it, might be connected to your past, or might be connected past lives. If there's some of you out there that are more open-minded to that kind of thing, this connection could be a past life connection, or it could be a connection from somebody from your past. And the next one we have is another life lesson, and this time it's the High Priestess. So the High Priestess doesn't speak. She uses her intuition. She has all the esoteric knowledge of the world and the universe. She's the spiritual person, the highest spiritual card in the major arcana. So she would want you to really tap into your intuition, or if you are in spiritual practices, to really tap into that and get more deeply involved in the knowledge of that, and your self-education, or your education of that. But basically, it's really about tapping into your intuition and really using that to guide you, especially during the month of November. And for some of you, you may have let that go, or maybe you haven't been tapping into it because this is a life lesson. So this is a really powerful card telling you, pay attention to this. This is an important thing for you to be working on. The next card we have is the 10. So we've got another 10. We've got 3 10s. So once again, watch out for the synchronicities of the 10s. We have a couple of 2s here. We have intuition with the 2 of Cups. The High Priestess are the 2s. So there's a nice connection there. So intuitively, you might there's something here that you can tap into. So keep your intuition open. The Ten of Swords is really about another completion, but like the Ten of Wands, it's very these are endings that have to be sort of sorted through. With the Ten of Swords, it's a very mind connected kind of energy. It can be of traumatic issues. It can be things mental issues. It can be things from the past, emotionally abusive situations, or just traumas from the past that are being worked through. So it is coming to an end, and the sky, the darkness is lifting. So for some people, it could be depression, and it could be, finding new ways of alleviating that, or working with that, are coming through in the month of November. So the darkness is lifting, and we have the bright, lovely gold sunshine skies coming through for you. So that's going to be a something nice for you in the month of November, Scorpio. It's going to be something that you're working through, but it's coming to an end. So don't give up on if you're working through these energies and it's getting a little difficult. Just keep on going. Really sort of pay attention to it, and know that it's coming, it's ending, and things are going to come through for you. The next card we have is another major arcana, and this time it's death, and that's your transition. So this really nice healing connection is great for the month of November, especially with the 10 of Swords being, an ending to a very sort of traumatic kind of period in your life. You have to work through the 10 of Wands, though. You have to open up your energy so that this card can come through. Really, really remind yourself of that, because when this card comes through, it's all this connection here to this, and then to this powerful transition. It's a transformation. It's one. Your old way of life is the door is closing and a new door is opening, and the sun is shining in the future between those two towers there. So yeah, really work on the 10 of Wands for sure this month. That's going to be something that will have a powerful positive effect on you. Next card we have is the 4 of Wands. So this is celebrations. These are happy events. The 4s are foundations. A lot of times this is a wedding card, a marriage card, this union turns into a stronger union. So that's something that's going to happen in the month of November. Let's see what the last card is, just so we can sort of get a little bit more clarity on that. There's going to be reason for celebration, just because you're going through such a transformation, just because you're coming to ends of cycles. And especially if it's got anything to do with mental issues or, traumatic issues, that's going to be something definitely to celebrate. What else does Scorpio need to know about in the month of November? So the final card is from, not the final, but almost final, we still have the subconscious card, is from the Ace of Cups. So the aces are gifts. These are the gateways to new opportunities. These are universal gifts. The cups are your emotions, all the emotional energies, and that's love. And this is a very strong card that represents love. And it's got the dove of peace, offering the wafer. So it's all really about a time where there's just really loving energy around you. And with this card, with the celebration too, for some of you, if it is sort of a marriage kind of card, it's really opening up the doors to a very loving future. There's going to be lots of love. There's going to be lots of openings, for these kind of energies. And it's nice because if it's a spiritual quest that you're heading in, this is a nice opportunity for it to all sort of start to digest. Because if the relationship is a very healing one and it's a very loving one, then it's going to be a very spiritual one, and it's going to open your mind to a very spiritual quest. This doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're walking away on land. It can be for somebody. You actually may take a quest to the mountains, a mountain area that's very spiritual, or just the spiritual climb itself, or because it's got mountains in it, it could be a heightened spirituality. You actually go up to the next level of your spiritual awareness, and that brings in a whole new dynamic. All right, the last card is the subconscious card, and it's coming from the Page of Swords. So the swords are the air signs. Court cards can be people in your life, people around you, people that inspire you, people coming in. The swords are the air signs, so that would be Aquarius and Gemini and Libra. The Page of Swords are messages. Pages are messages, so it would be coming from an intellectual level. Someone might come in with some information for you. The Page of Swords sometimes can be interesting because sometimes it indicates that somebody has their eye on you, or maybe you yourself are prone to too much. If you have any sort of trust issues, and then so you're not very trusting with people, so you kind of are very sort of a little bit more prone to watching what others do and not trusting them, and that kind of energy. So that would be the Page of Swords. It's also a very intellectual card. So pages also are learning. They're gaining knowledge. They're gaining education. So this would be just sort of your subconscious is tapping into this page. So what does that say to you? Are you being that kind of spy-y kind of Page of Swords? Or are you trying to encourage yourself to maybe become more intellectual or educated, or trying to be that kind of like less emotional? Because Scorpio, you're a water sign, so you're more introverted, and then the air signs are more extroverted. So you think about what that means to your subconscious and how you can take the qualities of this page and fix them if it's the negative qualities, or utilize them in positive ways if it is the better qualities. So that's what your subconscious wants you to think about. All right, so that's your reading, Scorpio, for the month of November. As with all tarot card readings, you have to participate, you have to take action, you have to learn the lessons in order for all the good energies of these cards to flow through to you. If you just sit back and look at the cards and then just go, hey, the cards are there, they're going to do all these things for me, and I'm just going to sit back and wait till it all happens, that's not going to work. You have to participate. With this tarot card reading and all tarot card readings, you have to participate in order for these energies to come through. So remind yourself of that, whenever you tap into a reading. So that's it. If you like my readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram, #LoveGrowsTarot. I do daily reading there. I do take donations. Go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot. They're greatly appreciated. They go right back into my craft, which I love. And I thank you. And that's going to be it. Like I said, take the steps to, utilize all this positive energy, because it's going to have a really powerful and positive impact on your life. All right, Scorpio, I'll see you next time.